How's it, guys? I'm Dario from Bluebird Coffee Roastery, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the May subscription box. Should I do that again? Yes, it's going to be May next week, and we are super excited to ship a really cool box of coffees to you. The highlighter coffee, or the headliner for this box, is a coffee called Reko Natural from the Yirgacheffe region in Ethiopia. And I really enjoy this coffee, especially as an espresso, but it's tasting great on filter as well. So today, instead of messing around with the espresso machine, we're going to brew some filter, and I'll just talk you through what we've been doing on the espresso machine. We've been drinking a lot of milkies with this on bar at the cafe recently, and it's been spectacular. Tasting loads of nectarine and really, really ripe red plums. So it's a very stone fruit forward coffee. I would say in the espressos, we're getting a little bit of like a red berry characteristic as well, which is really lovely. And I'm very excited about it. Bag 2 in the subscription program is Rugali washed. So it's another Maraho owned wash station in Rwanda called Rugali. I believe it's the original of the Maraho wash stations, and it's certainly the largest. We've bought coffee from them in the past. This year we've picked up a couple of spot lots because our Shayesa honey and washed lots ran out so quickly. We're really excited about this coffee, and for our bag 3 subscribers, we've got another beautiful coffee from Maraho called Vunga, a very high grown coffee. The wash station is at a very high altitude, and I believe it's an all woman owned co-op, if I'm not mistaken, and another coffee we have worked with in the past, and another one we're very excited to share with you. For our blue bag subscribers, what was the blue bag last month? Java. Yes. Last month we shipped out El Socorro Java to our blue bag subscribers, a beautiful washed coffee from Guatemala, tasting loads of orange and milk chocolate and some brown sugar. Just a really lovely washed coffee, very dense and very characterful. I've had a few DMs from you guys saying that you think it's a dense, washed, high-grown coffee, but most of the guesses were African actually. So very cool to send you a Central American coffee that's got such vibrancy that it was assumed to be African. And that's the beauty of the Blue Bag program, to taste something without bias and without the information until later on, where you get to see if you were right in your assumptions. And yeah, today we're going to brew some coffee. We're going to brew the Reko Natural as a pour over in honor of our friend Thomas Phillips from Motors Coffee in Paris. I happen to be wearing their jersey as well. This was not planned. Thomas just won the French Brewers Cup Championships and will be heading to Jakarta in Indonesia to compete at the World Championships next month. So good luck, Thomas. Wishing you all the best. Thomas brewed a very, very interesting coffee, and you can find his set online for sure. I'd highly recommend it. He had a layered concept with 3 different coffees, 3 different roast profiles, 3 different grind settings. But the recipe that he used to brew that coffee was very much the recipe that they use in their cafe every single day in the center of Paris. And I'm going to brew something very similar for you today. So we're using the Origami Air, the same brewer he used in the French Brewers Cup Championships, 14 grams of pretty coarsely ground coffee, and 200 grams of water. So very simple, very easy to follow recipe. And we're aiming for a pretty fast brew time. I'm wide open on our QC EK, which has got Turkish burrs though. So I would call this a medium coarse grind, not an extremely coarse grind. And we're doing a very simple pour structure. We'll start with a center pour for around 50 grams. And then we start going circular to 100. And then we let this coffee and water sit together for quite some time. We're going to give it till about 1:15 before putting our second pour in. And what's happening right now as the coffee and water are sitting together is the water is actually penetrating those larger coffee particles and drawing the flavonoids to the surface. And our next pour is going to strip all of that all of those compounds from the surface of the coffee and give us a pretty high extraction. I'd be expecting like a 20-21% extraction on this coffee. and a lot of sweetness is the goal. So we're at 50 seconds. I'm using the standard Hario paper filters. I know Thomas used the Abaka filters from Cafec. We only have the Cafec light roast filter papers at the moment, so I prefer the Hario V60 filters for this particular brew, for this recipe. And we are at 1:15. I'm going to start circular just to get all the coffee off the wall of the brewer and go center for the last 50 grams. And we're going to let that percolate. So while that's happening, I thought I should just share with you guys that we have some really great coffees lined up for the next few months. Our Kenyan coffees that we went and selected in Kenya a couple of months ago are finally on the way. Logistics is a whole other side of the business that most people don't get to hear about or experience, but it sometimes feels like I have a full-time logistics job. But we've got 8 different lots on the way at the moment. We can't wait to start releasing those. We've just had some fresh arrivals from Finkel and Negrita and Immaculata for our Bob subscribers and our special release menu. We've got a whole bunch of beautiful coffees from Panama on the way. And as we finish percolating here at 2 minutes 20, yep, I'm gonna pull it at 2:20 onto my dosing cup because I don't have another cup here. This is not ideal, but here we are. We have coffee in a tiny cup. So we've got all these amazing coffees arriving for all different parts of our menu, and that's the great thing about what we do is we get to work with a wide variety of coffees. So one of my goals is always to raise the bottom. In other words, our most entry-level coffees should be getting better and better every year, and then we're obviously wanting to explore the upper end. We want to explore what's possible in coffee, and that's where all of these like special release competition level coffees come in for us. But we don't like to buy coffees that we only compete with and then never make available to our customers. We want to make sure that the coffees we buy are of competition quality for that sort of like quality bracket, but also available to you guys to actually get to enjoy and to taste the coffees that would be served on competition stages around the world. So that's really exciting. And then of course for our curated subscribers, we have an amazing lineup of coffees for you for the rest of the year. And this is the second to last Ethiopian release. Coffee's tasting absolutely amazing, very fresh, very low acidity, like medium low acidity, high sweetness. You can extract a lot from this coffee, and as I said, I can definitely recommend this for your espresso machines as well. Being a naturally processed coffee, the cell structure of the coffee is broken down a bit more than like a clean washed coffee, so it's a bit easier to extract on espresso. Pairs really, really well with milk. And we've been running a 1 to 2.25 ratio downstairs. So if you're dosing 20 grams, you're looking at 45 grams out. And if you're having any issues with the coffees, please reach out and we're happy to help with guidelines. Guys, to all of our curated subscribers, thank you so much for being with us on this journey. You guys allow us to buy these amazing lots with consistency and confidence that we know where they're going, they have a home. And it's great to get to share these coffees with you each and every month. Thank you for all the amazing feedback, both here on our YouTube channel, but also on Instagram, and just the emails we get with the amazing feedback on the coffees means so much to us. So please keep doing that. The whole team loves it. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.